Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Big Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 4 college basketball games for Friday, February 14th, 2025. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I love each and every one of you, and I'd love to crush the books on Friday and this weekend. So if you like what you see, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including the plays I love the most in college hoops on Friday, Saturday, and this weekend, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Friday in college hoops. First up, it's Mount St. Mary's and Niagara. This one is 6:30 Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. I don't love this Friday card. I've said this on Fridays in the last month or so. There's over 140 college basketball games on Saturday. I know there's no NBA or NHL on Friday night, so it does make it tough with only this college basketball card, but no reason to go crazy. I'm going to be treading lightly, and this is a game that I probably wouldn't talk about unless it was a Friday, Mount St. Mary's and Niagara, but for me, I think Niagara is playing much better basketball recently. Mount St. Mary's has the better overall record and conference record, but they're still the small road dog on the road right now. We'll see where the line goes overnight into the morning, but I think Niagara is favored for a reason. I like the way they're playing recently. Shot quality-wise, Mount St. Mary's is not great on the defensive side, and they've kind of relied on that defense in conference play because Mount St. Mary's on the offensive side has really struggled this season, ranked 307 in adjusted offensive efficiency. They turn the ball over a ton. On the flip side, you have Niagara. They've also had issues taking care of the basketball, but they're a pretty good shooting team. They're 34% as a team from three-point range, 74% from the free throw line. They're one of the better free throw shooting teams in this conference. I think Niagara wins a close one. I think they're the better team, or at least in better form, playing at home, playing with revenge. They lost the first meeting of the season series. Give me the Purple Eagles in this one at home. Next up, it's Pennsylvania and Yale. This one is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. I know a lot of people are not going to be looking towards Penn in this game because of that 6-14 record, the fact that they just got crushed by Yale earlier in the month, and the Bulldogs on the other side are on an 8-game win streak, 7-0 in conference play. But I like Penn in this game plus the points. I think they're getting too many points in this one. I think that they're the value side in this game because, yes, Penn got crushed in that last meeting. It was back on February 1st. It was a game where Yale shot 53% from three, 82% from the free throw line, 59% from two-point range. On the flip side, it was a pretty miserable shooting performance from Penn. They were only 46% from the free throw line, but fundamentally, we actually saw Penn have more offensive rebounds, less turnovers, and I think as long as Penn can do a better job at keeping Yale off the free throw line, which it didn't do in that first meeting, but overall this season, Penn has been really disciplined defensively. They don't take a lot of fouls, and we know Yale's a great free throw shooting team, so if Penn can keep them off the line a lot better here, I think the Quakers have a really good shot at covering and maybe making this game interesting down the stretch. Penn takes a lot of threes. They don't make them at an amazing rate, but good enough to compete as a road dog. We've seen them in earlier spots in conference play against Harvard when they were a sizable dog, win the game outright by 15 points when they had a crazy good shooting performance. I like the fact that Penn does a good job at taking care of the basketball. It's miserable when you have a road dog that can't take care of the ball, loses it 15, 20 times, 15, 20 turnovers, and takes themselves out of the game early on. I don't think Penn's going to be that situation in this game. They're playing with revenge. They were embarrassed in the first meeting, and they're getting a ton of points in this ball game. I'm going to go with Penn in this one plus the points. Next up, we have Fairfield and St. Peter's. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN+. Now, St. Peter's had a pretty nice run in non-conference play against the spread and actually had a couple of upset wins. But in conference play, it's been a disaster for the Peacocks. They're 2-10 straight up. They're 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. And there's no way I could lay this many points with St. Peter's in this game. I think Fairfield is the better team, and we're getting over a bucket with them in this game. Fairfield, similarly has struggled in conference play. I mean, they still have a losing record in the MAAC. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Their only win was that big buzzer beater win over Marist on February 6th. But I think Fairfield, like I said, is the better team in this game from a shot quality perspective. I like the fact that they do a great job at taking care of the basketball, unlike St. Peter's, which is one of the worst turnover teams in all of college basketball, losing the ball 22% of their possessions in overall this season and 23% of their possessions in conference play. I got to go Fairfield plus the points in this one. Next up, it's UCLA and Indiana. This one is 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on Fox. I know for some of you, this is the only game that really matters on Fridays. There's a lot of MAAC, some Ivy League, some Horizon, not necessarily the conferences that a lot of people love to talk about or love to bet or love to watch. So, this national TV game against some classic college basketball programs will be the game that you're looking for. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. It's not my favorite game from a betting perspective, but I will say I think it's a decent spot for UCLA at a decent price because of Indiana's upset win. I think this is a classic letdown spot for the Hoosiers that won a very impressive victory over Michigan State on the road in their last game. But before that, it was still a 5-game losing streak, and 7 of their last 8 were losers as well for Indiana. Their only win in that stretch, an overtime win by 1 point. So I think UCLA is the much better team defensively. Shot quality-wise, I think they're the much better team as well. They force a ton of turnovers while also taking care of the basketball. Now, they're coming off the loss to Illinois, and you could definitely point to the fact that they've not been great on the road this season. They have a couple of road wins in conference play, but it was really against some of their former Pac-12 teams, Washington, USC, and Oregon. Nothing in terms of the classic Big Ten teams. They lost games at Nebraska, Maryland, Rutgers, and most recently Illinois. I still think, though, they are the better team. I think this is a decent enough price because of the Indiana upset win. Give me UCLA in this one. I'm only the points. And that's it. Those are the games on Valentine's Day in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you're looking for my best bets and my top plays in college basketball, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com, and there is a link in the description. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.